Hey, friends, how are you doing today? Welcome to our second episode of the Astra Media Podcast. My name is Roshan,
My name is Yash.
and once again, a warm welcome to all our listeners to the Astra Media Podcast. Yash, can you tell our viewers, or rather our listeners, what are we talking about today?
All right, Roshan. First, like a warm welcome to everyone. We are back for the second episode. And Roshan, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So, getting back to the topic. So today we're gonna discuss on how important is the content creation or how content creation impacts on our viewers or on the listeners. That's the topic what we're gonna discuss today.
Okay, that's a good topic. In fact, that's a very interesting topic for any business. When you talk about importance of content creation, one thing that comes to my mind is how does that impact your business? Meaning, look at our businesses today. Every business in today's online community, marketplace, everywhere is competing for attention. Attention is now become the most valuable asset in the world, and hence content creation or the importance of content creation is of the highest value because it is that value that delivers promise to your followers, to your listeners, to your subscribers, and so on. What are your thoughts on that, Yash?
Roshan, what's the interesting part? Like a few years ago, if someone would have told me that, creating a content or making a video can make your career or can make your life, like most of the people would have laughed on that thing. But in the today's scenario, in the today's picture, the content is literally changing the business, views, careers, and life. What do you think on this?
If you step back and you take a look at companies like Google, Facebook, YouTube, the so-called algo that everyone is trying to get into, or rather that algo that changes your feed or feeds into your feed, for lack of a better word, what these companies are doing, they're trying to seek your attention. They capture and monetize attention. So if you look at it, it is content that drives all of this. So that's a valid point. Well said on that one.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking too. And also, I think the content creation is important because it gives people a voice. So years ago, there was only a one company or one major platform who were having a power or rights or authority to show the content. But today's world, every individual has a cell phone and everyone has a free voice, a free mic, and a free platform to showcase their content, showcase their thoughts, their process, and everything.
Very well said. To sum it up, attention is the new currency. Fun fact,
Mm-hmm.
look at a small creator. Like if we were to compare, a small creator to a big company which has a massive budget, okay? The reason a small creator with a phone will have more potential to reach more people than a large company with a massive marketing budget, the reason
Well
is
said.
simple: because people trust people. People connect with stories. You look at large companies, they throw this huge amount of money for products. They throw this huge amount of money for marketing, for big things that they have. But if you look at new content creators today, they have a phone, they have the surroundings that they live in, they record it, post it, and there are so many content, so many posts, stories, videos out there that you can relate to. Because at the end of it, it is, as I said, people connecting with stories. It is how people form brands that they can recognize. So it is our listeners, it is the viewers, the followers, the subscribers who can relate to those clips, those videos, the stories, those posts, those reels, and they are the ones who can relate to it. Don't you feel that is true? Sometimes going back down memory lane, Yash, don't you feel you can relate to some videos, some podcasts, or something that happened from a distant memory, and you're like, I like this follower. I think I'm going to follow him. Has that ever come across where you have had
Yes,
that
of
genuine
course.
connection?
Yes, yes, yes. So let's say whatever the words you use or the way you elaborated this thing, you know what? Just take an example of an Astra Media House. Okay. So let's say
Uh-huh.
even with the Astra Media House, we are creating a content because we want people to know us how we are and what we are and what we are building up things. Just imagine, like you never called me, we never met, and we never started Astra Media House. People would never know that we even exist. Our thought exists, our process exists, or what Astra Media House. People would never know like Astra Media House even exists if there was like no content platform, or if there was like no process, no thoughts between you and me. So as you said, like people connect with their real life. I just connected the as soon as you said people just can I just connected with all the thoughts, and I have realized that the content isn't really about the views, but moreover it's about the visibility. If people don't know you exist, they can't work with you, buy from you, or even trust you. You know. So think about
True.
it. You want to buy some MacBook from Apple website, let's say. First of all, like many of us go to the YouTube channel, they check, okay, what are the reviews, how it works, and all the unboxing videos and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So that's the first point where a MacBook is sold. Just an example. That's the first time
Hmm.
where a product is sold. Okay. So that's how important the content is for the viewers, for the knowledge, and to know like what exactly we are having products in the market.
True. True. The winner in today's content creation market, at the end of the day, are the ones who can repeatedly communicate their value in the form of creating consistent content, or rather, delivering content consistently. And let me
Right?
repeat, repeatedly communicate their content, repeatedly communicate, share their brand name, their values, and so on. And as Yash said, that is what we intend to do with Astra Media House. We are not here just to promote what we do, but we are here to show you that whatever we speak on is something that applies to what we're doing. And that is the whole purpose of this podcast, where we are sharing our journey with you. We want you to come along with us, and we want you to be here with us as if you're sitting right next to us and watching us build this company from the ground up. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong in consuming content. Not at all. We've been there, we've done that, we've consumed content. You who are consuming content are the sole reason why we are in business. If there was no one to consume content, we wouldn't be. But the moment you begin creating content, you take that step up to becoming a creator, to becoming an influencer, to becoming someone who has a message, who would want to connect with someone, have a vision, have a a drive to something.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how
Well
you
said.
capture your market. You have that niche, you have that value, and you deliver.
Exactly, Roshan. Exactly. You know what? What I think on this, like biggest mistake people make it until they think that to make a perfect content, they have to be perfect. Let's say like buying a better camera, better mic, better setup, but nobody starts perfect. Every perfect thing was imbalanced in the initial time. Everything. So that's what I think. Like to be a perfect, it's not that you have to start perfect. It's something like just start it, and there will be a day, there will be a time, there will be a process. There is a process to be a perfect, and we Astra Media House is there to take care of those things.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said on that one. We, Astra Media House, we're here to, help you with that. On that note, as we said from a very first podcast, our objective for each podcast is to share our journey with you. And we want to talk about what we've been doing behind the scenes to get our brand going. Remember, Go Live is the 1st of July. That's exactly 20, after 28 days from today. In the last week, and this is really funny. So in the last week, we were trying to figure out a name. We went through multiple names. We went to uh, multiple iterations of names trying to figure out our every meeting. I think for the last 2 weeks had different names, and it was just exhausting. The time came when we had to launch our podcast, and we finally decided, all right, Astra Media House, this has to be the name. Celestial Body. Like we tried different combinations. Yash was looking at like different uh, uh, 3 to 4 names, and trying to add science and I don't know, in different combinations, but somehow we landed on this name, which is what we did right, I think, 10 minutes before we went live on our first podcast, right, Yash? Watch Mad.
So again, as I mentioned earlier, like nothing is made perfectly in initial step. We also took a time. There was a process. There were like multiple hurdles which we were facing. So, but by the end, at a certain point, we were like done with our name, which is Astra Media House, and that's how like viewers and audience. That's how usually things work in every business and every on every platform. And that's how like we end up getting our domain and Instagram page and Spotify podcast page. That's how it
Yep.
works usually.
Yep. Well said. And right after we got our name done, in like 10 minutes before podcast, we got our Spotify account created. We got the application to record our podcasts. We set up our Instagram account overnight, got our Google Workspaces account set up as well. Pretty much got
Absolutely.
everything done from an admin level. And we are working on our website, building it where we can share our vision, our mission, and what we're trying to do for our clients at the end of the day, what we are trying to help or how we are trying to help our creators succeed. We the whole motive behind this is we want you to create the content. We want you to understand the importance of creating content. There's this one incident I remember. This is from I think a Kobe Bryant interview when I think he was in Japan sometime in 2019 or 18, where he was talking about, how many times he comes to the gym. He was famous for arriving at the gym before sunrise and practicing the
Oh,
repeatedly. He didn't become great because of talent alone. He became great because he repeated fundamentals thousands and hundreds and thousands of times. And that's what we want our content creators to do. We want you to focus on building content while we, Astra Media House, take care of everything else for you.
yes, we do.
That is the modulus operandi. That is how we want to operate. And we want you to be less worried about the back end processes while we take care of that. Your content creation, your editing, pretty much whatever your social media handle requires, we take care of it. While you focus on getting the content ready, you focus on engaging with your viewers while we focus on getting the whole piece ready for you and help you win. There's
And
there's
that's
this great
why
lesson that
we are,
says, yep, and there's this great lesson. It's one video won't make you successful. One podcast won't build your brand. It's repetition that creates mastery. So that is what we've been doing in this last 1 week, and in the weeks that are yet to come, we're working on registering our company. We're working on working through our price plan on how we're going to charge our customers, on how we're going to set up payment portals, on how we're going to ensure customers, regardless where they are in the world, we don't want to be restricted to one zone only. We want to be an international brand known for what we do, and we want to connect with people across the world. And that is why we're working on getting all of those pieces settled in and getting all of the pieces of the puzzle set right. So this way it is less of a hurdle for them and we work on solving problems for our clients. That is the goal at the back of our heads.
yes, that's the exact plan what we're gonna follow, and there will be that's the process as Roshan mentioned. We are working on a lot of things to make this Astra Media House an international brand, and I wish you guys like our content. And as mentioned earlier, also please do like, comment, and share, and do please comment on our post. Let us know what do let us know, like smile at us, laugh at us, cry at us, but do let us know what you feel about us. That's the main thing we want to hear from you guys.
Well said. Well said. And that is it. We're towards the end of our podcast. Just want to thank all our listeners for taking our time to listen to our podcast, listen to us ramble, listen to us share our journey with you. We are so happy that you're there with us, just like you're right next to us, listening and nodding and looking at us, how we're building our brand, how we are building it from the ground up. We are grateful that you've subscribed to us on Insta and on Spotify. Uh, Thank you so much. We will be coming out with our episode 3. What else, Yash?
Yeah, that's all. So we'll see you on episode number 3. Until then, take care, be safe, be happy, and don't stop making the content. Do whatever you want.
Absolutely. Well said, Yash. Well said. Remember, A marathoner never ever. A marathon runner is someone who runs these long marathons. He doesn't focus on mile 26 on day one. They focus on today's run. The importance of
Right.
content creation is such: you don't focus on getting 100,000 followers. You focus on publishing your next piece of content. So keep doing what you're doing, guys. Keep hustling. Thank you once again. Stay safe, stay happy, and enjoy whatever you're doing. Until the next one, this is Roshan signing off.
This is Yash signing off. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.